beast system refers to a concept that asks the question of whether it is approaching or already present. Many individuals hold the belief that the beast system is forthcoming. However, if the beast system were already here, it would require individuals to acknowledge their involvement as part of the beast system. It is in their best interest to claim that it is approaching and never acknowledge its presence. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. The term beast system is often associated with certain interpretations of biblical prophecies, specifically in the book of Revelation. In these interpretations, the beast system refers to a future global system or government that is believed to be under the control or influence of evil or satanic forces. According to these beliefs, the beast system is connected to the Antichrist, a figure associated with deception and opposition to God. The beast system is often described as a tyrannical, oppressive authority that seeks to control and dominate the world, imposing its ideology and persecuting those who oppose it. Interpretations of the beast system vary among different religions, traditions, and individual beliefs, some associated with global, political, or economic structures, technological advancements, or systems of control or surveillance. It is important to note that interpretations of biblical prophecies, including the concept of a beast system, vary among different religious groups and individuals. Views on this topic can be speculative and subject to a wide range of interpretations. The verses they use to support this theory of the upcoming beast system is Revelation chapter 13, 1 through 4. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And they also use Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 through 18. And he causes all, both great and small, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. To gain full understanding of these verses in the Bible, it is important to explore them in depth. By doing so, we can decipher the nature of the beast system and know its potential arrival, and enhance our understanding of the end time. So now we're going to compare Revelation chapter 13, 16 through 18 with Daniel chapter 7. Starting with verse 2. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, 4 winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea, and 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. And after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, I saw a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with its feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Thus he said, The 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and it shall devour the whole earth, and tread it down, and break it in pieces. The beast in Revelation and the 4th beast of Daniel's dream are the same. Kingdoms come out of the sea. Kingdoms also rule the entire earth. Religions do not rule the entire earth. Religions are arms or part of a beast system. They function under the beast system. It is not one man, but an entire kingdom. If you're waiting for a single figure, i.e. an Antichrist to come, you are misinformed. The 4th beast also the same as the kingdom seen in Nebuchadnezzar's dream. So we're going to read Daniel chapter 2, starting with verse 1. And we're going to skip around just to keep it short. Daniel chapter 2 verse 1. And in the 2nd year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Thou, O king, saw and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior unto thee, and a 3rd kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the 4th kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron break in pieces and subdue all things, and as iron that break all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. It is evident that the beasts mentioned in the book of Revelation, Daniel's dream, and Nebuchadnezzar's dream are all referring to the same entity. You must combine all these to get a complete understanding of the fourth beast. These prophecies illustrate the succession of kingdoms, where one falls, another immediately arises. Eventually, the kingdoms of the Most High will be established. It is important to note that the beast system has existed since the decline of Greece, also known as the third beast. When Yeshua returns, he will destroy the beast system, and the Most High's kingdom will be established. To understand this, we're going to go to 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And again, we're going to skip around just to keep it pretty short. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen unto him. This is the meaning of the vision, where thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea. The same is whom Elohim the highest has kept for a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and shall order them that are left behind. This my son shall rebuke the wicked invention of those nations, which for their wicked life are falling into tempest. After the fourth beast, the Most High's kingdom will emerge. As mentioned earlier, kingdoms arise from the sea. In Ezra's dream, he witnessed the emergence of the Most High's Son coming up from the sea, symbolizing the coming of Yeshua to establish the Most High's kingdom. From that point onward, the laws of the Most High will be reinstated on the earth. However, we must wait for the time of the fourth beast to expire. The hypocrisy of all these individuals who claim that the laws of the Most High are abolished are the same ones who complain about the increasing evil in the world. Without laws, only chaos can prevail. When you say the Most High's laws are done or abolished, you should enjoy the chaos of it all and not be complaining. Many of these same individuals often talk about a future one world currency and refuse to admit that the US dollar already fulfills that role, even given the fact that countries must convert their currency to the US dollar in order to purchase oil. The term petrodollar refers to the system where the US dollar plays a central role in international oil trading. It originated in the 1970s through an agreement between the United States and Saudi Arabia. Oil-producing countries, including Saudi Arabia, priced their oil exports exclusively in the US dollar and reinvested their proceeds in US financial assets. In turn, the United States provides military protection and support the stability in oil-rich countries. This arrangement created a high demand for US dollars in international oil transactions, effectively establishing the US dollar as a dominant currency for oil trade. This is the definition of a one world currency. No country can operate without oil. They cannot conduct commerce without oil. They can't buy oil unless they first exchange their currency for the US dollar. If the US does not agree with their policies, then the US places an embargo to prevent that country from conducting business. Ask Venezuela. In other words, no man could buy or sell except he had the mark. The reason why many people believe that the beast system is approaching and not already here is that it allows them to deny their participation in it. By acknowledging the arrival of the beast system, they would also have to accept their role in aiding and abetting it. It's worth noting that Daniel, being held captive, was compelled to receive education in Babylon. Daniel chapter 1 verse 3, And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of the eunuchs, and that he should bring certain elders of the children of Israel, of the king's seed, of the princes, children in whom there was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in wisdom and cunning in knowledge and understanding science, and such as had the ability in them to stand in the king's palace, whom they might teach learning in the tongue of the Chaldeans. Daniel was forced to learn the ways of Babylon, but in present times we have the freedoms that Daniel did not. However, many still insist on sending their children to school to acquire the expertise within this beast system. They hire tutors and even punish their children when they don't excel at becoming high functional members of the system. They seek employment in corporations that operate within this system, hoping to attain a higher status. The truth is, you can't serve two masters. You will either love one or hate the other. By constantly anticipating the arrival of this beast system without it ever materializing, we find ourselves enjoying the freedom of being part of a system that we claim to hate. I'm not suggesting an immediate escape from the beast system, but having a plan, much like the disciples did, is advisable. Acts chapter 2, verse 44. And all they that believed, I'm going to say that one more time, all they that believed were together and had all things common, and they sold their possessions and goods and parted them to all men as all men had need. They formed groups to minimize their engagement and reliance on the system. I believe we should invest our time doing the same. It is obvious the beast system is already here, and many of us, especially myself, are fully immersed in it. It is hypocritical to say we love the Most High and then spend the majority of our time trying to be successful in a system whom the Most High hates and intends to destroy. One of the main reasons I started this channel was to begin my plan to withdraw myself as much as humanly possible from the system, in possible hopes that I and my family will be accepted by him. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.